Hey everybody, it's Connor. Let's talk about just a few of the functionality points here for HonorElevate. So if you're watching this, you've gotten an invitation to come into the system. I've already preliminarily set up your business, but just to kind of bring you up to speed on where things happen to be and some of those first changes you're going to want to tend to if, in fact, I haven't set it up for you. So first off, if you're running a solo business, that's fine. If you are the only point of contact, then you should be good. But just to give you an idea, we'll go ahead and run down here. This is the place under Launchpad where you'll actually set up your social media connections. If you happen to have WhatsApp, if you happen to accept payments for your business, you can set up Stripe. These other items, WordPress, if you happen to have a WordPress blog, we've probably already talked about that. And then again, setting up the Google business locations and that Google profile, very, very important. Typically, if I'm onboarding you into the system so you can start using it for your advertising, marketing, and contact management with the different artificial intelligence infrastructures and add-ons, then we're probably already set up on that. The next one is going to be dashboard. This is going to give you an idea on what's coming into your business. The third most important one is conversations. So when we get your AI voice set up, when we get your chatbot set up, all of these programmed for your business, when we get your calendar set up, your website forms, if you already have a website, great. If we get those forms that we create on here integrated into those systems, that's fantastic. But this is where you're going to be able to see. And the conversations tab is going to come across on your iPhone app or your Android app. I do have that integrated also. So you'll basically download the app and you'll access it and log in there. You'll get notifications depending on what permissions you give it to come through your phone. So if at 2 o'clock in the morning you have it wide open whenever somebody hits you up on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn or whatever social media platform it is, and they start talking to your AI bot that we designed for you, then you'll get those notifications. Typically, that's when you should be sleeping, or most people should be. I only say that because some people leave it on all the time, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having somebody answer the questions while you're sleeping. So when you wake up in the morning, the person that inquired is going to feel special. They feel like they actually spoke to somebody real in most cases, and then you can communicate with them at the next available moment. Calendars. This is super important. This is going to replace a lot of the paid for systems that you have. In fact, all of them, you're able to make calendars here. We're actually able to put them together for you, and depending on what your business is going to depend on that type of calendar that you're going to be using. But just basic understanding is you'll be able to brand the calendar, put your name and information on it, and then also share it within an embed on your website. If you want us to set it up that way, you can have it slide in on your website. You can have a separate page. You can have a standalone page like this one here. Let me just grab this, and then we can put something else on top of it. Let me go here. So this will be actually the calendar, that one particular calendar that I just shared. You can see there's dates selected. And again, this is just like Calendly. You can actually modify it. So maybe you want to show yourself as being available on weekends, Saturdays and Sunday. You can change that. Let's say between 11 and 1 p.m. you don't want to have any appointments. You don't want to have appointments after 5. You can cut everything off and then set the time frame and everything else as well. So that's super important. That's the calendar functionality. And it's really, really fantastic. So going back, contacts, of course, this is a complete content client relationship manager or CRM. You'll be able to have all of your contacts in here. There'll be one per line, of course, that'll have different information. Anybody that fills out a form after we get it programmed, anybody that sends their information to you via SMS, text message, via some kind of AI voice integration conversation that happens, anything, they're going to pop into here. If you have other systems already in place, that's great. We can also incorporate that into this system. Plus, if you have a client list already and you're going to ditch whatever CRM you've been using, this is perfect. We can upload them into here. And then, of course, tagging them and getting them organized is super important so you can take care of them and also get that referral business from them over time. So that's going to be the contacts. And then opportunities, of course. This gives other options, people coming in. You'll see them here, but really this conversations tab is is super, super important. AI agents, of course, we will get this set up for you if you want the AI agent voice integrated into the system. And then there's different types. There's voice AI and also conversation AI. I think with voice AI, I have 50 different voice types, so you can choose from those whatever best matches your business. And then, of course, for marketing, coming down here, this is going to be super important. Probably one of your first steps, you're going to want to get these connecting to Facebook, Instagram, your Google business page as well, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, getting all those together. And what's cool about this is, coming from an automation standpoint, once you get them all set up, you're able to actually start advertising very simply with the push of a button, posting to all your social networks. If you have multiple Facebook business pages, again, it's going to hit them all. So whatever accounts you have, it'll do multiple postings. You can schedule it. You can set it up to do it automatically. It all works fantastically. And again, this is another money saver for people that might be using other systems like Hootsuite or some of those other ones that are out there. And of course, the automation workflows. This is something that we'll talk about. Websites, you can build these different websites. Forms as well. Surveys, we can do that. Surveys are a great way to get people's information, asking questions. There's quizzes. There's all sorts of other items on here, and you can build these out and then have them built for your business, but that's something that we will definitely want to talk about in the future. Now, the final thing that let's get into here, before we get into the final thing, let's look at your profile. You're going to want to come on here and make sure that all of this information is filled out correctly. You can throw in a profile image information here, whatever calendar we're going to be working with. And again, these will be things that we'll walk through. And once you get all that set up, then of course the billing tab is going to be important. You're going to want to add your payment information in here, depending on whatever charges we talked about. This is where it's going to go. And if you're going to change things or add on a different system or expand in any way, this is where you would do that. And then here's that final thing. You're going to have to add your staff. I have my information in this test. This is the test real estate. So this is something that I just made in order to do this video. You're going to want to come in here and add yourself and your staff. More than likely, you're already going to be in here as being the admin of the account. So all the information that comes in the form of leads originally will come to you. But let's say you have a buyer's agent or a listing agent or some kind of marketing rep or marketing agent. That's where you're going to add their information in here as well. And again, this is going to be how you're going to do it. You're going to have their information put in here, whatever calendar you want them to have access to. It could be a custom calendar you make just for their purpose. Maybe you have buyer's agents 1, buyer's agents 2, buyer agent 3. You can have those put in here, and depending on how you want it structured, let's say a lead comes in through some of the social media marketing you're put together, or even some of the Facebook or Meta paid for ads. Once that lead comes in, it can go directly to you. It can go to a number of buyer's agents or listing agents, and then it can round robin in nature. So it'll go to the first one. They'll be the ones responsible for contacting them after AI voice or the chat bot takes care of them, nurturing them whenever they're ready. Then that first one that comes in, it's going to trigger off a workflow by them just responding in a positive way. And then that runs down to your staff, whomever you want that to be. So you can set up the calendar there. What's cool about it is you're able to make it particularly designed to give certain permissions. So here, most people in your business you're going to be bringing on are not going to be an admin. More than likely, they're going to be users. And then from there, you can adjust what they have access to. Let's say we get your AI agent dialed in for your business, and you don't want your staff to be able to get in there and monkey around with it. Then I would suggest we shut this off and so on. Then you can go through all of these different ways and see all of the different things you can update, change, and then cut them out of or add them to, depending on what that happens to be. So it's a really cool program. That's going to be your staff. And this is the way that I talk my businesses through building on these different levels. And then when you're ready, of course, hit me up. You can go to HonorElevate.com or just give me a call. You can actually call my AI voice at 661-219-7299. And then that way I'll have your information. And then we can discuss further how the best steps to take to integrate my system into your business and to get you up and running. I'm Connor with Honor. Thank you for watching this introductory video into HonorElevate.com, and we'll talk to you soon. Be well.